Hi, friends. Today I want to talk a little bit about the idea of self compassion. Um, Self compassion is sometimes a little bit uncomfortable for us to think about or talk about or do because it can bring up thoughts of, oh, maybe this is a little self indulgent. Um, Maybe this is I'm feeling needy, or this is some sort of a sign of weakness to think about giving ourselves some compassion. But it's really no different in a lot of ways than having compassion for someone else, which is something maybe comes a little bit more immediately to mind or more naturally for us. If we want to have compassion towards someone else, we first of all have to know that they're suffering in some way. We want to have the desire to help them, to take some action to ease that suffering. And, we remind them that nobody's perfect, people make mistakes, and this is all part of being human. So it's very much the same when we think about applying compassion towards ourselves, right? So instead of ignoring pain that we may be in or harshly criticizing ourselves, we can just acknowledge that, yeah, something difficult is happening right now, um, and that imperfection exists in life. So we want to honor and accept our humanness, that we're worthy of love and care, just like the next person is. So, especially in times when we are feeling particularly anxious or angry or just struggling with a condition, a prevailing condition around us, or something quite specific that may have happened uh, in our lives with another person, a relationship, or something quite specific. So it's good to remember that self compassion is not about fixing what hurts, but it's really more about the inclination towards kindness. So we know we can't always fix things, but we can love and honor other people and love and honor ourselves with kindness. So we want to resist what might be an tendency or an urge towards self judgment, right? So if we fail at something, if we've hurt someone, if we feel inadequate, sometimes our impulse is to beat ourselves up, or sometimes it's to ignore it, kind of pretend a bad thing didn't happen or isn't happening. So we know that we can't always get what we want. And life doesn't always go exactly the way we want. And so when we fight or deny against this, it just really increases our stress and our frustration and even our self criticism. But when we accept this reality with sympathy and kindness, then we can achieve some greater sense of equanimity with what's going on. So we don't want to get caught up in a lot of negativity and kind of get carried away by that. It's also helpful to remember that we are not alone in the fact that we sometimes suffer or struggle, and that all humans experience suffering. All humans have moments of struggle. And when we remember this, it can help connect us to each other and put our own situation into a larger perspective. And one other thing to bear in mind, that it's helpful if we can to take a balanced approach to our negative emotions so that we're neither, again, suppressing them or denying them, and nor are we exaggerating them and spinning them up. So what's key is a willingness to observe and acknowledge difficult negative thoughts and emotions with openness and clarity so that we can hold them in mindful awareness. That's not judgmental, but really a receptive mind state. So we can observe what's happening clearly as it is without over identifying with the struggle, nor denying it. So, with that as context, I'd like to do a practice right now, a practice in self compassion. And this is something that you can use. You can take a break at any point in the middle of your day when you realize you're struggling with something. Again, it could be something specific that happened or just a generalized sense of being overwhelmed, struggling in some way. So I offer this as a quick and easy, simple, gentle practice available to you in real time as you need it. So let's just begin by finding our usual posture where we can be relaxed and yet alert. It's helpful if you can sit with a fairly straight spine. If you're in a chair with the feet resting comfortably on the ground and hands resting in the lap. You can close the eyes if that's comfortable for you, or if you want to keep them open, just with a downward gaze and a soft focus. So having established that posture, you might want to just take 2 or 3 intentional deeper breaths, breathing in fully and out fully. And then allowing the breath to return to its natural rhythm. You might notice the sensations in the body that taking those deep breaths creates. Could be a bit of aliveness, sense of tingling, and maybe a little bit more calm. And just feeling the body as it sits, feeling the surfaces you're sitting on and the feet are resting on the ground. Just having a sense of being in your body. Feeling gravity holding and supporting you. And see if you can really be present to yourself for these few minutes. And I invite you to bring to mind something that you're suffering or struggling with. Please don't pick the hardest, most profound struggle of your life. This is not a good practice for that degree of suffering, but something that has a charge, but it's not overwhelming. And see if you can actually feel the stress and the emotional discomfort in your body. So just taking a moment or two to bring something to mind, something current, something alive. Some hurt. Some distress. And see if you can locate sensations in the body associated with this. Could be a tightness in the jaw, tightness in the belly, the chest, heaviness, whatever physical sensation. See if you can really notice that and allow it to be there. This is just a helpful way for us to really connect in a visceral way with an emotion. And this helps to be present with it. Now, having something in mind, just acknowledging to yourself that this is a moment of suffering. This is a moment of struggle. You might acknowledge, this hurts. Ouch, this is stressful. It's really acknowledging the truth of it. And then bearing in mind that suffering is a part of life, that other people feel this way too, and that you're not alone, that all people struggle from time to time in their lives, and that this feeling that you're struggling with, people all around the world at some point have struggled with something like this. Your particular situation might be unique to you, or it might not, but other people have had moments like this, are having moments like this right now. And if you're comfortable doing it, you might want to just place your hands on your chest, feeling the warmth of your hands and the gentle touch, gentle pressure on your chest. And this is physiologically soothing to our system. And so at this point, we're saying, may I be kind to myself as I struggle with this. Saying, may I give myself the compassion that I need right now. May I be strong. May I be patient. May I be kind to myself. Just see what words or phrases you most need to hear in this moment. Just a simple gesture of love and kindness towards yourself as you struggle with something in this moment. And if you're able to connect with phrases of comfort, just simply breathe them in fully and just savor feelings of comfort. And now taking one or two deeper breaths, setting aside for a moment these phrases, knowing you can return to them at any time. You can return to this practice whenever you need it. And gently opening the eyes and being present in the space that you're in. So, until next time, may you be well, may you be healthy, may you live with ease, and may you know kindness, both towards others and yourself.